What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Whodunit Beer Review. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Whodunit Beer Review series here on my channel, I highly recommend you checking out the first ever Whodunit Beer Review that I did. More or less, what Whodunit Beer Reviews are a fancy way of saying blind or mystery beer reviews. Basically, someone will either give me or send me a beer that is all wrapped up and concealed. I will review the beer. At the end of the review, I will reveal what the beer is, and I'll see how close my palate was to actually guessing the style, or in some cases, the actual beer. It's a lot of fun to do. It's basically the most unbiased way to review a beer. It's just you need people to send you beers. Well, guess what? I had a good friend of mine and fellow beer tuber, Jamie, over at Basement Beer, hook me up with 3 different beers about a month ago. I already reviewed, as I said, the first one, so I have 2 more to review, one of which I'm going to review right now for you. So thank you very much, Jamie, not only for this one, but for all of them, and actually starting the series. I've always wanted to do like a blind/mystery beer review series, and I finally get to do so. It's a lot of fun, but also it can make your palate look terrible. Well, my palate's terrible anyway, so it's a win-win for me. Anyway, the beer that Jamie gave to me for review today is, I have no idea, but he wrapped it up in a paper bag with green masking tape, and it says on there, I don't know if you guys can see, "Hey there, beer tuber." Now, I used to say, "Hey there, beer tubers, welcome back to blah, blah, blah" for my intro. Nick over at Maxwell Star Beer Reviews, good friend of mine, that was his intro, and I kind of just stole it from him unknowingly. So I was just like, you know what? No more canned intros. I just start the freaking review however I want. So that's what I've been doing. So this is a bottle, and it has tape on the cap, so I don't know what it is. I'm going to crack this open. I'll show you guys here, and then just put the cap down on my table, so I don't know what it is. The beer. Yep. So anyway, just going to pour this into this snifter, and we'll see what we got going on. Okay. Well, this is some kind of fruit beer. I can already tell you that from the look of it. So, during Other Half Week, I reviewed a beer called Sudden Brainwaves, which was a collaboration between Other Half Brewing Company and, what the fuck was it? Northern Monk over in Leeds, England, over in the UK. And that beer kind of looked like this. This looks like, it looks like blueberry juice of some sort. Has this, like, violet color. A light purple head to it. And also a hair on the glass. So yeah, that looks like a fruit beer of some sort. I have no idea. It smells like all the fruit. I would guess raspberries, although the look of it says blueberries. I'm going to actually change that to blueberries as I sniff a little bit more on this. Yeah, it's definitely more blueberries. Yeah, definitely a fruit beer of some sort. You can tell from the look of it, but also the aroma is just like berries. Blueberry, even maybe a little bit of raspberry in there. Sweet, slightly acidic. Yeah, I'm not really picking up anything else from this one, though. Maybe a slight tartness. Yeah, it screams all the berries. I don't know if this is just a fruit beer. This actually is coming off more of like a sour. Not getting a huge hop presence, so I'm just going to go sour blueberry based on the nose. Sour blueberry ale. We'll go with that on the nose. Let's get into it. Cheers, Jamie, and thanks again. Ooh, that's super thin. It's not overly sour, actually. The body is like higher side of light body. This is very thin, effervescent, like a lot of spritzy carbonation. There is like a substantial blueberry character, though, here. Actually, the taste is more like blackberries. There's a bit of dryness. I'm not sure if that's coming from a hop character or not. I'm kind of struggling here to... It's higher side of light bodium, higher side, there we go, of light bodied. The mouthfeel is very crisp, effervescent, like I said, spritzy. Relatively clean. I'm just left with like, the carbonation kind of wipes everything away and kind of dries out my tongue. It's quite dry. Not really bitter. Jesus, I have no idea what this is. Well, I can say for one, I think there's blueberries in this. Based on the color, based on what I'm tasting, I think it's blueberries. I wouldn't be surprised if it's blackberries, but I'm getting more of a blueberry kick to it. I don't know what this is. It doesn't have the tartness. It doesn't have the sourness, and certainly not even the tartness that a like a sour would have. There is a dryness in there that's making me think of like an IPA or a pale ale, but I'm not getting any substantial hop character. I don't want to make this video super long, so I'm just going to guess it here. I'm going to say I'd give this like a 3.5 out of 5, maybe a 3.75 out of 5. Nothing wrong with it. It is a bit thin. Shout out to Paul over at PA Brews. It's a bit thin. The berry character is nice, but aside from that, I don't get many other characters. So I feel like this could be one of two things. It could be a dry hopped sour with blueberries, maybe even blackberries, or it could be like an IPA or pale ale with blueberries or blackberries. I can't tell if that dryness is coming from an IPA or not, or from hops or not, and the character's just a bit gone, because this beer is at least probably 6 weeks to 2 months old. So if there's a hop character in there and he got this beer relatively fresh, it's already a couple months old at the very freshest. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with IPA with blueberries, just because I don't think this is a sour. I'm gonna be completely wrong. So let's get this open. Now, last time I struggled, so listen. Oh, wrong way. I almost just cut myself like an idiot. But anyway, yeah, we got a cutter here just in case I need it. I don't think I will. That'd have been awesome if I cut myself on camera like a moron, huh? You guys would have got a kick out of it. I know I would have. This one's way easier to rip off here. I struggled in the first one with like 2.5 minutes. Hang on. It might take me longer. He's got it all wrapped up and stuff. Let's see. The hell is this? The Thaw 2018. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm completely wrong. Not completely wrong. I mean, of course, with the berries and stuff. I have one left. Wish I had a few more. This is one of my favorite beers so far this year. From Jamie. So this is the Thaw, and this is from, I want to say, yeah, it's Block 3. This is a Saison aged in red wine barrels with raspberry and blueberry. Let's see if I can show you guys that on camera if it comes up. Let's see how much I can get. Yeah, you guys should be able to see that. So yeah, I mean, I said an IPA or a dry hop sour. Saison, I guess that's where the spritzy carbonation would come from. Makes sense. Really not getting a ton of Saison characters in here. It's not funky. It's not spicy. You can see the red wine. The red wine probably drying out the palate. Now that makes a lot of sense. This says raspberries and blueberries, so I said blueberries and blackberries. I was getting more blueberries than anything, so I mean, I at least got the blueberries right, but I mean, you guys can see the beer. It looked like some kind of berries. So yeah, Saison aged in red wine barrels with raspberry and blueberry. I don't think I showed the actual label, the Thaw. So yeah, I like Block 3 stuff. I haven't had a lot of their beers recently, like in the last couple of years. So I would probably say I missed on this one by a decent margin. I got the blueberries. I mean, as far as the characters I was getting in the mouth, on the palate, like the dryness and the spritzy carbonation, it makes sense for a Saison. But like the actual taste of the beer, I couldn't tell you this is a Saison. The red wine barrels made a lot of sense from the dryness as well. But yeah, I would say that I missed on this one. So thank you very much, though, Jamie, for hooking me up. 8% alcohol by volume. Yeah, this is going to be fun to drink. But now he says this is one of his favorite beers, and I'm giving it like a 3.75. It isn't one of my favorite beers. I think for me, I've mentioned this before, but Saisons aren't one of my favorite styles. I think for this beer specifically, the incredible dryness, along with the carbonation being as high as it is, it kind of loses points for me just from that. I do like the natural berry character, what the red wine is bringing, obviously, that dryness and that acidic tone to the beer as well. But for me, it's just not something that I overly enjoy. But hey, to each their own. That's why we all drink different craft beer and why we all have different likes and dislikes. If Jamie, if this is one of your favorite beers, then that's awesome. And that makes it even more special that you hooked me up with this for a blind review. I'm sorry I don't like it more, and I'm also sorry that I didn't do a better job at picking out what it was. But at the end of the day, I know you gave this to me for a blind beer review and just to have fun, and I do appreciate it, so thank you very much. And thank you to everyone else for stopping by another Whodunit Beer Review. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, feel free. If you want to hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I post content, that will help you. And until the next Whodunit Beer Review, appreciate it, Jamie. Till the next one, cheers, everyone.